Man, I can't believe it's that long ago since I worked there. Went through 20 of those chairs. Alright. Update. Sonar head looks pretty good. You know, not bad. This is the one that had the bad rod in it that was basically just the momentum of the piston coming up sometimes would just slap the head. So some of the carbon's worn off of it, but no big deal. I'll just clean the valves up a little bit. You know, with only 120 hours, I'm not worried about lapping the valves. You know, low oil issues don't really affect valves with oil seals on that are non-lubricated. So, bores look all right. A little bit of dirt in there right now. Just measured my piston ring gap with the number one piston ring, and switch at both cylinders. Check it with the number 2 piston ring too, because it has a larger gap for some reason. And 11 thousandths, not best. I'm not sure. I gotta check the specs. That's why I'm figured I hit a good stopping point to go inside. This engine should still turn over. Come on. Alright, you can see that, sort of. Don't know how well focused it is. Yay! Plungy up and down, up and down, up and down. This time I did not lose my, what's it called? I didn't lose my keyway this time because I remembered my transmission assembly goo. I'm open top, but still, dig down a little bit to some clean stuff. Put it in the hole. A little bit of precaution. The whole crankcase was open for a couple weeks as I was putting it together anyways, waiting for that damn keyway. Then I put it in, lose it, drops down, hanging from there. Drops down, bounces off of that, and goes off into the gravel, or bounces off in that direction. Don't know, didn't see it. I could really invest in a decent camera with manual focus. Be a lot better at this. Separate audio recording. When I'm out four-wheeling, have a chaser truck to record me with a gimbal up front, hanging the camera guy off the front of it. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I just simply unbolted the seat frame and the top half of the rack and laid it over there. But that's all fitted correctly. Dadgummit. I got jingle in my pocket. Let me put those nuts back before I forget about them. Let's see. Alright, I've been using the chop saw quite a bit for the things. Now let's see. So, what I did here, the mid-engine mount. The one I had was bent and it was missing that ear right there. And so I bought a new cross mount to go up front, and one of these, used off of a pair off of eBay. One was from the mid mount was from a different year. So instead of the shifter cable pointed up this direction, it was pointed almost straight back. So all I had to do is just, cut and weld. A couple minutes, not too bad. Let's see, I still got to figure out where my radiator hoses go. But, got new motor mounts. Isolators, what you want to call them. Got new isolators screwed to the bottom bottom of it. I've got I just went with a mid-size throttle pedal and brake pedal. It definitely made the cleanest look. The throttle pedal, I just cut the bracket off the mid-size frame. And as you can see there, the closest cross brace I had was a little bit lower, but I almost wasn't going to put that angle iron in there and weld it together. Because I just playing with the throttle with a spring on it, just no resistance at all, just moving around just a little bit. So put that bracket on there so that way to take some of the torque out. The brake pedal, I was surprised. This is the bracket that was down there. I just took a Sawzall to it, cut it off, and there's a side cut out of it, and already this horseshoe shape. So I was able to bolt the master cylinder to it, lay it in place, line it up with the brake pedal, and I have great full movement of the pedal to stroke the master cylinder. So I got the pedal all the way up with the master cylinder with no pressure on it, and so with the stock floorboard and everything like that, it's it should just work. The front end body panels, I still have to do the tapping and screwing in for the front bumper mount support. I gotta make the transfer the the hood mounts to this as well. Now that's not it's not on my important list. The important list was engine, brake, throttle, getting things where I can just kind of put it together, so that way hopefully this weekend I can ride it. I do still have to check fluid level and condition in the rear end, which, like I said, I mean it had 1,100 miles or something like that when the engine went kaput. But like I said, only 127 engine hours. I'm not too worried about it, but I'll check the level, make sure it's a minute before I go messing or gallivanting around. All right, a couple of tires kind of show themselves as a little bit low, I guess. I have this brake line is fixed. I have this 12-inch brake line I have to put in the block here, go in that direction, underneath the, bend it underneath the transmission a little bit to be able to get to the, extend this brake line out long enough to where it's not going to be an issue. I might have to get brake lines made up for the front end. With the master cylinder up here, mounted up in the mid-size position. The rear brake cable, brake line comes up nice and neat. The right front, with the front end picked up all the way, basically all the stretches out of it. Turning right full stop and left full stop isn't really going to change the length much. It is, right there at more or less okay. Not perfect, but okay. I'd like to see at least 2 inches of slack in it. That way I can lift it. But as far as being able to put the thing together this weekend to ride around the house, make sure the engine and everything's working right before I invest more time in getting the bed to fit properly. As far as bed fitting properly, I mean is this latching bars, these angle iron pieces are on the inside of the mid-size frame, and this full-size frame, they're on the outside. So I might just either mess around with the bar that's laying over there or that. Yeah, so together nicely. So I got myself a mid-size Polaris Ranger 800 with a rebuilt engine. I got a new sending unit in there because the old one was cracked up from those redneckers. I got to put the rear sway bar on still. Couple of odds and ends, but realistically, I got the engine bottom end done. I have the oil filter on. I have the motor mounts on. When I had the engine in place to break the head bolts off, it looked like the two shafts were lined up just about right. Kind of hard to tell. I mean, I got to check. I think the thermostat housing was turned upside down for some reason. The rednecks that had this before. When I say rednecks, it doesn't generally mean anything about their skin color or anything like that. Just it's a little bit better than, rednecking is a better way of calling it. But make sure that the radiator hose is going the right direction. Yeah, the one definitely is, but I'm not sure if it goes to the upper or lower of the radiator. And the other one, depending on how it stretches, I think I got it in the correct orientation, but I'm not sure if I have it on the upper or lower where it needs to be on the radiator itself. But, see, so we got this working. I've got my battery mount in place.